Across the Northern Hemisphere, a remarkable transformation is underway, one that's not just visible on weather maps, but felt in the air, on the streets, and in the rhythms of daily life. November has brought a dramatic shift in weather, turning familiar patterns upside down. The gentle fade of autumn has been replaced by a sudden clash of seasons, as if nature itself flipped a switch overnight. It's a tale of two continents, one shivering under Arctic air, the other drenched by relentless rain and warmth. North America is blanketed in snow and ice, while Western Europe faces a parade of storms and unseasonable heat. This isn't random, it's a massive atmospheric shuffle, with a stubborn high-pressure block over Greenland disrupting the usual west-to-east flow. This rare setup is steering the weather in unexpected directions. The jet stream, that powerful river of air high above us, is buckling and twisting, sending frigid Arctic air deep into North America, reaching places that rarely see such cold this early in the season. At the same time, it's pulling warm, moist air from the Atlantic into Western Europe, fueling heavy rains and pushing temperatures to record highs for November. In the US, the freezer door is wide open. Cities from the Midwest to the Northeast are waking up to icy winds, snowdrifts, and a deep chill that's arrived weeks ahead of schedule. Meanwhile, in Europe, umbrellas are out in force, as relentless rain soaks city streets, and thermometers climb to levels more typical of early autumn than late fall. Millions are caught in this meteorological tug-of-war, adjusting their routines, bracing for disruptions, and wondering what's next. These extremes are more than curiosities. They're impacting daily life, from delayed flights and hazardous commutes to flooded streets and power outages. People are scrambling to prepare, installing snow tires, stocking up on supplies, and making last-minute adjustments to winter plans. We'll break down what's happening on both sides of the Atlantic, explore the science behind these dramatic changes, and explain why this November is rewriting the weather playbook. And we'll look ahead to what it could mean for December. Will the extremes continue, or is another shift on the horizon? The atmosphere is in flux, and this November is one for the record books, with meteorologists and everyday people alike marveling at the speed and scale of these changes. Let's dive in and see what's driving this wild weather. Stay tuned as we unravel the forces shaping our skies this season. In North America, a powerful Arctic blast has plunged temperatures far below normal, catching many off guard. This isn't just a typical cold snap, this is a deep freeze that's rewriting the rules of autumn. Across the continent, people are waking up to a world transformed overnight, with icy winds and frosted landscapes stretching as far as the eye can see. The culprit? A stubborn Greenland block. A high-pressure system that's redirecting frigid Arctic air straight into the heart of the United States. Instead of gentle fall breezes, millions are experiencing a sudden plunge into winter, with snow and ice arriving weeks ahead of schedule. Cities unaccustomed to such cold, like Tallahassee and Mobile, have shattered temperature records, waking up to frost on the ground and breath visible in the air. Even Miami, famous for its tropical warmth, has seen residents reaching for jackets and scarves, a rare sight in the Sunshine State. The Southeast, a region that usually basks in mild autumns, is now shivering under temperatures that rival the depths of January. Locals are bundling up, heaters are working overtime, and the sudden chill has left many wondering if winter has arrived for good. Up in the Northeast, the story is much the same. Cities like New York and Philadelphia have seen the mercury dip to near or even below freezing, with icy streets and frosty mornings becoming the new normal far earlier than expected. This early freeze is a direct result of the jet stream's dramatic southward plunge. Acting like a conveyor belt, it's pulling Arctic air deep into the US, overwhelming the usual seasonal patterns and leaving meteorologists scrambling to keep up. Normally, this kind of cold stays bottled up near the pole, but now it's sweeping across the eastern US, painting the landscape with frost and ice from the Great Lakes to the Gulf Coast. The result? A frozen landscape, shattered temperature records, and a powerful reminder of just how interconnected our weather systems truly are. Headlines across the country are filled with stories of record lows and communities adapting to the unexpected freeze. It's a striking example. A shift in the atmosphere over Greenland can mean extra blankets and hot drinks in Florida. The ripple effect of global weather patterns is on full display. This is winter's early arrival, rewriting the seasonal script and forcing millions to rethink what autumn means. For many, it's a wake-up call about the unpredictability of our changing climate. The question now is, how long will this deep freeze last, and what surprises might the rest of the season hold? When Arctic air sweeps south over the Great Lakes, it triggers lake-effect snow, nature's snow machine. Cold, dry air passes over warmer lake waters, picking up moisture that turns into heavy localized snow bands. In just 24 hours, parts of Indiana have seen up to 14 inches of fresh snow. These narrow bands can create whiteout conditions just miles apart. Regions like New York's Tug Hill Plateau are famous for staggering snow totals, sometimes over 200 inches a season. For those in the snow belt, this is life. But this early event signals an active pattern. The same Arctic outbreak chilling Florida is fueling blizzards up north. It's a vivid example of how one weather pattern can create wildly different impacts. The Great Lakes become snow factories, reminding us of the atmosphere's complexity. Meanwhile, Western Europe is experiencing a striking contrast to the deep freeze gripping North America. Record warmth and a barrage of powerful storms are sweeping across the region. The weather here is anything but typical for this time of year, leaving many residents both surprised and concerned. The culprit behind this unusual pattern is the jet stream, which has arched far to the north, creating a pathway for subtropical air to surge in from the Atlantic Ocean and North Africa. This atmospheric river of warmth is flowing directly over the continent, disrupting the usual seasonal chill. As a result, countries like Spain, France, and even the UK are basking in temperatures more typical of early autumn than the depths of winter. Outdoor cafes are bustling, and people are swapping heavy coats for lighter jackets, marveling at the mildness. But this warmth isn't universal. At the same time, a mass of cold Arctic air is plunging southward from Scandinavia, bringing snow and ice to northern Europe and setting the stage for a dramatic atmospheric clash. Deep low-pressure systems are fueling this warm surge, spinning off the Atlantic and intensifying as they collide with the cold air. Meanwhile, another system is dragging frigid air south, amplifying the temperature contrast across the continent. The UK finds itself at the crossroads of these battling air masses. In the north, icy winds and snow flurries dominate, while the south enjoys unseasonably mild breezes and even glimpses of sunshine, a rare split for this time of year. This sharp temperature divide is a recipe for volatile weather. It fuels intense storms, triggers persistent heavy rain, and leads to flooding in some areas, while others remain dry and unusually warm. The result is a continent dramatically split between warmth and cold, with wild, unpredictable weather in the battleground zones where these air masses meet. In many ways, Europe's weather is a direct mirror image of North America's deep freeze, two sides of the same atmospheric coin, shaped by the shifting jet stream and global climate patterns. As these extremes play out, the stage is set for even more dramatic weather events in the weeks ahead, reminding us just how interconnected and unpredictable our planet's climate can be. The UK and Ireland are drenched thanks to warm, moisture-laden air colliding with cooler northern air. Persistent rain bands have made the first 10 days of November the wettest and warmest on record. Some regions have already received over half their average monthly rainfall. Southwest Wales, Snowdonia, and northwest England have seen staggering totals, leading to flooding concerns. More rain is forecast, pushing November toward record-breaking territory. It's the perfect storm: warm air from the south, cold from the north, and geography that funnels the deluge. This November will be remembered for relentless rain. What's behind this wild weather? It's not random. Global climate drivers are at work. La Niña, with cooler Pacific waters, encourages high-latitude blocking like we're seeing now. The Indian Ocean dipole is in a strong negative phase, amplifying blocking patterns and cold air surges. The quasi-biennial oscillation, currently easterly, weakens the polar vortex, letting Arctic air spill south. The Madden-Julian oscillation is moving into a phase that historically enhances blocking during La Niña years. All these drivers are aligning, creating the perfect setup for extreme weather. It's a rare convergence, not just one factor but several, steering our atmosphere toward volatility. These global patterns are the hidden hands behind our local weather drama. The result, a northern hemisphere winter that's shaping up to be anything but ordinary. The signals are clear. Expect more surprises. Meteorologists see strong signals for a colder than average December in both Europe and North America. The current patterns aren't a blip, they're signs of a deeper atmospheric shift. A weakening polar vortex, supported by global drivers, could unleash more Arctic air southward. For Europe, some the shift from warmth and rain to cold and snow could be swift and dramatic. Long-range forecasts point to more frequent cold outbreaks and a classic recipe for a cold winter. While forecasts aren't certainties, the alignment of climate drivers boosts confidence. The chilly surprises of November may be just the beginning. Winter is gearing up for a memorable run. History shows that a wet November in the UK often precedes a cold, snowy December. Years like 1950, 1962, 1981, 1995, and 2010 all saw this pattern play out, with December bringing record cold and snow. The link lies in atmospheric setup. A wet, mild November often means high pressure is building to the northeast. If that block strengthens, it can shut off mild Atlantic air and open the door to Arctic blasts. This year fits the profile. Persistent rain, a developing block, and historical analogs all point to a potential shift. As December approaches, the block may win out, flipping the weather from wet and mild to cold and snowy. It's a two-act play. November sets the stage, December delivers the finale. Meteorologists are watching closely. Will history repeat itself? The signs suggest a dramatic transition is possible. Get ready for Act 2. November's weather extremes are a clear sign of an atmosphere in transition. From North America's deep freeze to Europe's record rain, these events are linked by a powerful Arctic block. The jet stream's rerouting has created highways for cold and pipelines for warmth. Global climate drivers are steering us toward more extreme, blocked patterns. The evidence points to a cold, challenging start to winter, especially with a weakening polar vortex. For North America, more winter may be on the way. For Europe, rain could soon give way to snow. This isn't just a conversation starter, it's a heads up to prepare. Check your winter gear and get ready for a classic cold season. November's wild weather is a preview of what's to come. Stay warm, stay safe.